What's up, everybody? Fortexfiend here, and welcome back again to another video on SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. And I'm pretty sure you guys know what this video is about. We're going to be talking about and summarizing the events that they had discussed in the recent live stream that they did earlier this morning. I'll be leaving the link to the official live stream in the video description as well as the pinned comments, so that way you guys can take a look at it for yourselves. Also, all of this news is also in-game now, so if you guys don't want to listen to my video, you guys can also go in-game and check this out. But for those of you that want to watch my video and hear my thoughts and opinions, thank you so much for that. Don't forget, if you enjoy what you like on this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, like or dislike, and comment down below what you think about the live stream and all of the upcoming events so far. So overall, this was a really cool live stream. I woke up early. I was able to watch it. There were a few things that I wasn't too keen about. I'm going to be completely honest, and we're going to get to that. But let's just go ahead and dive right into it right here. So first off, we're getting 1,500 diamonds in celebration for the live stream. This should be in your inbox because I know I already claimed mine, which is great. More diamonds means more stuff to save for, especially with the upcoming banners that we're going to be talking about with the news here. Okay, and then afterwards, we're going to be getting a new main stage. This is going to be part of the main storyline. This is going to be focused on Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. This is stated to drop on September 30th JST. If they drop it around the times that they usually do, which is like 12 JST, it should be the day previously, 8 p.m. Pacific. So that would be September 29th, 8 p.m. Pacific. But very excited for another brand new main stage story. This is going to be a little bit of the preview of some of the development units that we could get. So we got Banshee Norn Destroy Mode. We know there's a UR version of that we, they had a banner for. There's the Silver Bullet, the Lotto. So a lot of cool goodies coming out here. We also are going to have some new characters that we can recruit. We have another version of Banagher Lynx, Riddy, Full Frontal, and Merida Cruz. This is just a partial list, so there's other ones that are going to be coming out when it does go live, but they're just giving us a little bit of teaser here in terms of what's coming out. And then we're also going to be getting part 2, finally, for Mobile Fighter G Gundam. I know a lot of us have been waiting for this. A lot of us love G Gundam. It's also going to be dropping at the same time as the main story for Unicorn. This is going to be some of the teasers for the development units that you could develop. You got Burning Gundam, Nobel Gundam, Rising Gundam. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming out. Definitely excited for this one as well, and looking forward to developing these and using them in some of the stages that we're going to be getting. We're also going to get more pilots to recruit. We got Alan B there, which I really enjoy her. She reminds me a lot of like Sailor Moon, and also some of these other characters as well that we're going to be getting, which is very exciting. And then afterwards, we're also going to be getting, from mid to late October, the part 2 for the story event for Stardust Memory. So remember, we had part 1. Now we're getting part 2, stated to come out mid to late October 2025. This is going to be some of the units that we could develop. We got Gundam GPO3, we got GM Quell, and we got, what's that, Gerbera Tetra, which is really cool. And then this is going to be some of the pilots that we can recruit for this particular story event that's coming out a little bit later. And then afterwards, we're adding another main stage. This is going to be part 2 for Iron-Blooded Orphans. This is going to be coming out from late October to early November 2025. This is going to be a little bit of the preview of the units that we could develop. We got Gundam Barbados Lupus Rex, which I know is a fan favorite. We also got Gundam Bale, so very cool that we're going to be getting these. And then these are going to be some of the characters that we can recruit for this part 2 story. Okay, and then afterwards, another new story event is going to be stated to come out, which is going to be the side story, The Blue Destiny. This is going to be starting from mid to late November 2025. Right over here is going to be a little bit of a preview of some of the units that we can get for free. Blue Destiny Unit 1, a Freak Custom, and Blue Destiny Unit 2. And then afterwards, another new main stage is going to be added. This one is going to be focused on Mobile Suit Gundam Brilliant Hathaway. I've actually never heard of this one before. I've heard it talked about in my Discord, but I'm not entirely sure what it's all about. So if you guys want to let me know, and I'll also do my research too as well. Google and everything. But yeah, this is going to be coming out, another main stage to be added to the story. This is going to be some of the developable units that we could get. We got Penelope. I know in the chat during the live stream, a lot of people were excited for this particular unit. And then this is going to be a special scenario called History Maker. So this is essentially what they're telling us here is this is how you want to go through the episode. So then that way you kind of understand a little bit of the storyline for the Universal Century, particularly from 0079 all the way to 105. So that way you kind of have a better understanding of how the story flows for UC. Okay, and then they gave us an event preview roadmap. Now, with these preview roadmaps, we know that this is not everything that's going to be coming out. They generally don't tell us everything. They tell us some of the exciting stuff just to get us hyped up, which is always great, especially because we are celebrating the half anniversary for this game. But there's gonna be more. That's why it says there and more. But this is going to be the timeline of what's going to be coming out. So September, at the end of September, we know that we're getting Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn as well as G Gundam, and then we're going to get some story events and then more main stages. So a lot of exciting things to look forward to. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and talk about probably the best part of this particular live stream, which is going to be the new UR units we're going to be getting. So the first one that they tease is going to be Unicorn Gundam Destroy Mode Awakened with Banagher Links. The animation for this one was really cool, but I'm predicting that this unit is probably gonna be a limited time unit, so be sure you're saving up your diamonds if you really like this unit. I know there's fans there for Unicorn Gundam because this is gonna be a really cool unit to save up for. And then afterwards, this is the one that a lot of people are excited for, which is gonna be Burning Gundam with Domon in his super form. As you can see right there, Burning Gundam looks so cool. And just to show you how cool this is, we're gonna go ahead and pause here and take a look at the video that they showcased for the animation series. We're gonna watch this real quick because the animation for this one was peak. Check this out. So there goes Burning Gundam, and we already know what attack he's gonna be using with this. Very long, drawn-out animation, but it was absolute peak. I got so hyped this morning. I had to keep it down, though, because my family was still sleeping. But when I saw this, I was like, oh, my God. All right, where's the best part? Okay, so there we go. Executed Burning Finger. And then check this out. Check this out, right? Turns gold. And then the other mobile suits join along with the attack. This is hella cool. I'm super excited for this particular unit. I mean, a lot of us love G Gundam, so I'm definitely excited for that one. That is so cool. I could just watch this animation. Even though I know some of these animations are really long, this one I could definitely watch over and over and over just because it's so cool. Look at that. That is so sick. Absolutely love it. All right, so I just had to get that out of the way there because I was very excited for that one. But you got Domon coming out in his super form with Burning Gundam, and then afterwards another UR unit is going to be coming out. People are predicting that this is going to be the non-limited, but this is going to be Gundam F91 with Seabrook Arno as the pilot. I'm not too familiar with this storyline. I'll be looking it up myself, but if you guys can tell me a little bit, that'd be great. I'd love to hear about the series that this particular Gundam is going to be coming from. But yeah, we're getting 3 new URs, which is crazy. So you better have your diamonds saved up. I know I'm trying to save up. I'll be buying some of the packs when they do drop because I definitely at least want to fully max out a Burning Gundam. That's going to be my goal. But let me know in the comment section below which of these 3 that you guys are most excited for. Okay, so we're going to be getting some new SSR units as well within the gacha. As you can see, we got Dragon Gundam Super Mode, Gundam Rose, Gundam Maxter, which I'm really excited for that one. I've been playing Super Robot Wars Y, and I absolutely love Gundam Maxter, the whole boxing, like cowboy thing. Very cool. We also got Bolt Gundam Super Mode, Angelos, Sauper, and Rezel. So these are going to be some of the new SSRs that are also going to be available within the banners. Okay, we're also going to be getting some new SR units that are going to be added, which is full frontal and also Angelos Sauper. So we've got the SR versions of those. Not too excited about the SRs, but hey, it's more units for us to collect, right? Then afterwards, they did tease some new UR and SSR supporters. We got Otto, Midas, and also Hill Dawson. I'm not going to try to pronounce the names of those ships, but that's what we're going to be getting there in terms of like UR SSR supporters. Hopefully there'll be more. Like I said, they tease a lot of stuff, but I don't think they tease everything because they also want to give us a little bit of suspense. So that way we're not overly spoiled on what's going to be coming out. Okay, we're also going to be getting some upcoming units that we can get for free from Fierce Enemy Assault. We get Shining Gundam Super Mode, and then Bjarlant Custom 02. This is also going to be dropping on the 30th. So we have a whole slew of content coming out, which is going to be very exciting. And then they're going to be adding in some quality of life, and this is going to be starting following the maintenance on the 24th of September. So drop rates have been adjusted now to 100%. for development materials upon clearing a normal battle, which is amazing because, as we all know, when we're farming for those, getting them at a chance is just really taxing. And sometimes when you spend all that AP and you don't get a lot of them and you're trying to develop some of those better SSRs, it's just, it just makes farming that much more tedious. But with this change, it is awesome. And now they also changed the number of items obtained from clearing the secret battle from 1 to 2. So we get more. So this is definitely an exciting quality of life that I cannot wait to be implemented very soon. They're also going to be tweaking the gallery. So now we're going to have a better looking database. And then additionally, they're going to be adding missions based on the number of units that you've max leveled and also the number of units that you've max limit broken. We've been actually talking about something for them to add in terms of like goals and, when we max limit break a unit or max level them. And now they're going to add it. So maybe more chances to earn diamonds or some other goodies, which is going to be really cool. So this is going to be stated to arrive mid-October 2025. They're also going to be adding more normal and hard Eternal Road stages. In addition to the works tag, they're going to be adding in stages where only specific units and characters can be deployed to sortie. This is also scheduled to arrive mid-October 2025. Okay, and they're also going to be raising the amount of available units from 1,000 to 1,200 units. So then that way, for those of us that have been developing or mass developing a bunch of units, for example, fall, so we can get more G points, we're going to be getting a little bit more storage space. So that way, it'll be faster for us and a little bit more efficient to be able to mass develop a bunch of units. Okay, and then this is also something very cool that they're adding for those of you that followed me back in the day during Dissidia Opera Omnia. This reminds me a lot of Lost Chapters. So a new feature they're going to call that they're adding is called History Stages. So pretty much for all of these story events that you missed out on, for example, the Seed Astray and the Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt December Sky, you can actually play through them now with History Stage. So that way, for those of us that missed out on the free units that you could get, for example, Amatsu or Blue Frame, you can actually get them right now. So this is very cool that they're going to be implementing this to arrive mid-October 2025. And then something new that they're also doing. So you know how we could SP convert our units? We can also do that now for characters. So for those, SR characters that we usually recruit for free and stuff like that, you can now get them to level 100 with SP convert. This is also going to be coming out mid-October 2025. This is going to be great too for free to play, especially for those of us that are still maybe struggling with specific Eternal Road stages that want you to use pilots from that series as well as their units. You can now make them stronger, so then that way you get a little bit more power, and it's going to be definitely more manageable to get through some of those harder Eternal Road stages, because some of them can be pretty gnarly when you're trying to use only units from that series and also only those pilots, because there's not a lot of UR pilots that are available for every single series. There's maybe like 1, 2, or 3, so then you definitely got to utilize some of the free ones, which this is going to give us more incentive to do that with the SP Convert. And as you can see right here, they're also going to be adding more character abilities. So once you reach a specific level now, a character will be getting a brand new ability. For example, they gave an example here. At level 80, SR Domon Kashu is going to be getting an ability that increases his melee by 5%. Also coming out mid-October 2025. So this is very cool. Again, it gives some of the lesser rarity pilots a little bit more usability. So that way, team building is easier. And again, this will help you out a little bit when trying to clear some of the harder Eternal Road stages. Okay, so now we're gonna come to the part where I am not a big fan. So they're gonna be releasing what's called a sound pack, because we've been asking, hey, I want the music from the particular respective Gundam series that these units are from. Well, we're gonna get them in a pack. So what you get in this pack is 6 premium assembly tickets. I don't know why they just decided to give 6. 10 unit upgrade data SSR, 10 character upgrade SSR, 10 supporter, and 51 music tracks. And this is going to go on sale on the 30th as well. I'm not a big fan of this. Because, first of all, you can find these tracks for free on like YouTube. I believe Spotify also has them as well. There's other ways where you could find these tracks. And I did see something teased on a Twitter account that was sharing out the Japanese versions of these slides. And as you can see right here, apparently this is going to cost 3,800 yen, which that translates to around $25 USD. If this is true or not, because this is what I found here. To me, that's like highway robbery. That's a little greedy when it comes to Bamco. I get it. You know, they gotta make money too. I understand, but 3,800 yen, $25 USD, not the greatest pricing. In my opinion, I would honestly pass, and I would highly advise against buying this. Now, it is your money. You do what you want to do. But for me personally, I wouldn't buy this. I think this is a terrible deal. Again, these songs can be found for free on like YouTube, or if you have Spotify or something like that. And not only that, but for us content creators, for example, like myself or like Randy VK or some other G Generation Eternal content creators, when you actually play the music and these tracks in game and you upload your video, let's say you're trying to upload like an Eternal Road clear that you want to show people how to do to help them out and stuff like that, and these tracks play, you actually get copyright. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of how they're releasing this. And as you can see right here, this is going to be the Sound Pack Volume 1 contents. Great songs, not going to lie, but I'm not paying $25 USD just to get songs added into the game. And most of the time, at least for me personally, when I play the game, I don't really turn up the music because I usually play it on like mute or something, or if I'm streaming it, I usually have something else playing just to try to avoid copyright. But that's how we could get these tracks. A little disappointing that they had to go this route, but it is what it is. They're also going to be adding in another subscription sale, kind of similar to the, the current one that we have where we get, 200 diamonds per day. This one is going to have 5 premium assembly tickets. I don't know if this means that we get 5 tickets per day, because if it is, then that's actually kind of cool. But I highly doubt that. You also get 1 additional try on upgrade stages. Honestly, they should just increase the amount of times you can do the upgrade stages. 3 is very little, but it is what it is. And then we also get limited time AP packs times 5. Again, if we get all of this per day, I could see a little bit more value. But a lot of us that have been playing this game for a while now, we're sitting on a ton of AP. I have like 3,000 plus right now, and I've already gone through a majority of the content. I know those of you guys too that have been playing for a while probably have a ton of AP. So this is maybe better for like if you're like a newer player and want to spend a little bit on the game, better value there. But for like veteran players, I would definitely better than that sound pack, but I'd still caution on buying this one unless you really want more AP and get some more premium assembly tickets. But hopefully the pricing for this one is going to be a bit more fair compared to the one for the music packs, because yeah, that one is just, to me, that's just a terrible deal. But this one is slightly better in my opinion. And then afterwards, they did show that the Japanese version of the game will have like a watch anime. So essentially, for like specific main stage story events, you can also watch the original anime that they correspond with. Unfortunately, again, it's only for the Japanese version of the game, but for 90 days, you can actually watch the story. I guess that's cool for those of you that play the JP version of the game. You get to watch it within the game's app. The only thing that I'm concerned about, it says Eternal Pass will be required. I'm not sure if that means like you guys have to buy that, because if that's the case, I think that's a ripoff, because you could again watch it for free or use another service where you could actually watch it and it doesn't leave after 9 days. For example, there's Crunchyroll or Amazon Prime or other means to be able to watch it. So I'm hoping that for JP players that Eternal Pass doesn't cost anything, because if it does, I would also caution buying that particular pass. For global players, we don't have to worry about it because we're not going to get this. But for JP players, hopefully you guys don't have to pay for the Eternal Pass. And then they give you a little bit of a teaser here for the 3 works to be added, so you get to watch these respective Gundam series if you're playing the JP version of the game, and they will be available upon their in-game release. So cool. I just hope that it doesn't cost you guys money, because that'd just be insane if it does. I think that's even more greed that's coming out from Bandai Namco. Okay, they're also going to be adding SSP conversions. So this is going to be the next tier above SP converting. Now, there are conditions that you have to fulfill before a unit can be SSP converted. They need to have already been SP converted, meaning getting up to level 100. They have to be at the max level, and they have to be limit broken. So for those of us that are sitting on like these, for example, SR Freedom, or is it SR Freedom Gundam is one of the popular SRs that's actually really strong. Could definitely benefit from this. There are SSR development units, even SSR Gacha units that could definitely benefit from this, because we've already seen how powerful SP conversion is. So SSP conversion is definitely going to help even further, especially for free-to-play. However, with that being said, with free-to-play, I'm pretty sure that these mats are going to be achievable by doing some kind of like harder content, maybe through Eternal Road, and then maybe later down the line they're going to start making it more and more available. But this is very exciting that they're giving us another tier of SP conversion called SSP conversion to allow our lesser units to be more competitive. And as you can see right here, this is how it's going to work. The SSP conversion further enhances your units by raising their stats, also granting boosts like weapon upgrades and raising their terrain capability, which I was very excited to see that. So units, for example, I think the way that this is going to work is units that cannot fight on certain terrain now have the chance to be able to do that. And you could raise the unit stats with unit upgrade data. How to upgrade weapons and raise terrain cap is going to be through development materials and weapon upgrade, and materials are required to perform these upgrades. Specific upgrades will vary depending on the unit, and it says right there that the terrain cap is only going to be available to certain units. So not all units are going to get that, but hoping that some of the more powerful SSR and SR units will get access to that terrain cap. So that's very cool that they're going to be adding that on top of the SSP conversion. And then finally, we're going to be talking about the half anniversary campaign. So we already know that this is going on where we get essentially it's like a selector of like one SSR, one SR, and one R unit from over 200 units. I made a video on this separately already. This is still happening right now, so be sure to take advantage of that, especially for SSRs that you might be missing or that you want, or maybe you want dupes of, so that way you could max limit break those specific units. And then afterwards, we're going to be getting some limited character requests. So we're going to get some special characters appearing. So this is going to incentivize you to do your character request. This is going to be dropping on the 24th, lasting all the way up until Halloween JST time. And then there also is going to be the free pulls that we're going to be getting. So we get up to 46 free pulls on a unit assembly. We collect these unit assembly specific tickets, and we get up to 46 pulls or free pulls. And there's going to be 2 guaranteed UR units. This also drops on the 30th, lasting all the way up until the 31st of October. The only thing that I was slightly disappointed in is that if you take a look at the image that is being displayed for this particular banner, we don't see any of the limited UR units that we were hoping to see in terms of this half anniversary. So I don't see Strike Freedom, I don't see Zeta, for example, I don't see Hainu Gundam. Again, we don't know entirely for sure until this actually drops, but from the image alone, it doesn't look like this includes the limited time URs. And if it doesn't, maybe there might be like I want to call it a paywall banner for like whales specifically, or spenders, that they might do something like that. Again, they didn't tease they're not telling us everything, but at least they're trying to hype us up. But it looks like we are going to be getting 46 free pulls, which is always nice. We can get 2 guaranteed UR units. Again, doesn't look like the limited ones are there, but it is still cool that we're going to get this many free pulls. And then there's going to be panel missions that are going to be happening. This is how we can earn those tickets to get the free pulls. And then also we get 3,000 diamonds in addition for clearing them all. So we get essentially another multi worth of diamonds to be able to earn with the panel missions, dropping on the 24th all the way up until the 31st of October. You also get a login bonus. So if you log in over the course of 7 days, you get up to 3,000 diamonds. So again, another multi right there. And this starts on the 24th of September, lasting all the way up until the 31st of October. And finally, there's going to be a G Generation Eternal Memories campaign that's on now. So you want to share a post with the hashtag G Generation Memories from the special site to X, and then you get in-game items through the campaign. So that's going to be cool. A little bit of something more for us to do to earn some items in-game. But that's going to go ahead and conclude all of the news and events that they talked about. Again, I don't think that's everything, but they definitely did tease a lot of really hype stuff coming out. I'm definitely most excited for the new URs and also for the upgrades, the quality of life improvements and upgrades that they made to the game overall. I think that's very cool. Not too much of a fan on the packs that they released, but you guys let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys are excited for. What do you guys think about the brand new URs coming out and all the content that we're getting? Are we kind of disappointed that they didn't talk about Gundam Wing 30th anniversary? I still think they're going to save that for something else. Or who knows? Maybe they might drop that and just surprise us all. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you're excited for. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for the next video and stay blessed, everybody.